Welcome back to Lessons from the Front. The Marmon-Herrington armoured car was a series of armoured vehicles that were produced in South Africa and adopted by the British Army during World War II. The first version was the South African reconnaissance vehicle Mark I, entering service in 1940. It was armed with two Vickers MGs, one in the turret and the other in the left side of the hull, as can be seen here, making the Mark I rather easy to identify. The Mark II, which I have painted for my bolt-action South African Army, had a shorter wheelbase than the Mark I and known in the British service as the Armoured Car Marmon-Herrington Mark II. This variant was fitted with a Boy's anti-tank rifle and a single coaxial machine gun. The bolt-action rules don't allow for the Boy's anti-tank rifle. Although the Mark II with twin Vickers MGs was produced, that was intended for deployment in sub-Saharan Africa. So for my bolt-action list, I've improvised by using the point system from the Bren gun carrier to upgrade the easyarmy.com option to allow for the historical use of the Boy's anti-tank rifle in my Marmon-Herrington vehicle, by replacing one of the turret MGs with a Boy's anti-tank rifle for a plus 10 points and adding a pencil-mounted LMG for a further plus 10 points, obviously with my opponent's permission. The Mark II Marmon-Herrington armoured car is currently found in most lists in the early and mid-war options for the North African campaigns. Not surprisingly, as they saw extensive combat, being the only armoured car available to the Commonwealth divisions in sufficient numbers, and had a reputation as a dependable, if somewhat light and undergunned, vehicle. In bolt action, the anti-tank rifle would not be permitted to fire simultaneously with the coaxial machine gun, which would be fair considering the small cylindrical turret that had no room for a larger gun. As an unusually large number of enemy weapons were captured during the desert campaigns, Allied troops often modified their Mark IIs by removing the turret and depending on the gun shields of the captured weapons for protection, as can be seen in this photograph. The Mark III was created with thicker armor plate on a compact body, which included a shorter wheelbase. This is the Marmon-Herrington Mark III armoured car. Some saw service in the Royal Netherlands East Indies Army, with a number being captured by invading Japanese forces in March 1942. In March 1943, a completely redesigned Mark IV Marmon-Herrington entered production, which had a turret-mounted 2-pounder with a coaxial 30 cal Browning machine gun. By that time, the war in North Africa was ending and the mountainous terrain of the Italian campaign did not suit armoured cars. A total of 5,746 Marmon-Herrington armoured cars were built, with 4,500, the vast majority, used by the South African forces. The British, Indian, New Zealand, Greek, Free French, Polish, Dutch East Indies and Belgian forces also made use of the Marmon-Herrington. Thank you for watching. I trust that you enjoyed the content of this brief overview of the Marmon-Herrington and its use in bolt action. And please do hit that like and subscribe button. I do appreciate your support. In the meanwhile, happy gaming!